Hey everyone, Matt Morris here. Welcome to the Unemployed Millionaire Show, coming to you with another episode of the Ask Me Anything Show. So today's question comes from Anton in South Africa. Actually, a good friend of mine. So Anton asks, he says, I find it easy to invite someone for coffee and show a video of my opportunity. The closing part is the one I would like to improve after the video is finished. What have you found to be the best way to handle the main objections like time, money, spouse, not a salesperson, got to think about it, etc.? So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do kind of a multi-part show. We're going to record one today, and then I'll just keep coming to you with additional shows so it doesn't end up being one really long show. So the first thing that I want to talk about is just the psychology of closing. It is one of the most difficult things for a lot of people in our profession is actually asking people to enroll in the business. In fact, I know I had a hard time with it when I got started in network marketing. It was just a weird situation. You know, we'd do the presentation, or I'd play a video or go through my presentation, and then it was always nerve-wracking having to actually ask someone to join. And so the first thing that, I'm going to give you a few bullet points here, and the first thing is just have fun. Have fun with closing. What I find is the more fun that you have when you're going through the closing process, the more likely other people are to enroll. If someone senses that you are hesitant, if they sense that you're nervous, they are way less likely to join. It's kind of like your prospect can smell your neediness and your hesitation like a dog smells fear. So number one rule is have fun with it and have no emotional attachment. So bullet point number two, no emotional attachment to them joining. See, this is a business that I firmly believe it's sorting versus selling. You've got to sort through to find the leaders. We're not trying to turn chickens into eagles. We're out to find the eagles. The majority of the people who are going to really run with your business, with your opportunity, are not the ones that you're going to have to convince, beg, plead, and all that. So next point is I think you need to convince yourself that you love to close. And so I'll tell you my personal story. I hated to close. I was always super nervous. The presentation was over and I'd be like, oh, what do you think? But I wouldn't ask them to join. Now, if you love something, are you more likely to do it? Obviously, yes. And so what I started telling myself is, I love to close. I can't wait to close. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so if I was sitting at maybe a hotel presentation or, going through a video, instead of getting really nervous when it got to the end, I'd just tell myself over and over, oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. I love this. I love this. I love this. And then I had more fun with it. I was more likely to actually ask them to enroll. And so next thing is you want to show them how to feel. Show them how to feel after the presentation. So if you're hesitant, if you're nervous, they're going to be nervous. They're going to dance to your music. And so when the presentation is over, you want to be excited. You want to be enthusiastic. And that's going to rub off on the other person. This may be a totally new concept for them. Maybe they've never seen network marketing before. Maybe they've definitely never seen your opportunity before, so they're not sure. They just got presented a lot of information. And here's a rule. People buy based on emotion more than they buy based on logic. And so here's what happens. If you ask someone a logical question like, what did you think? It accesses the logical side of their brain, which happens to be the non-buying part of their brain. So when the presentation's over, the last thing you want to do is say, what did you think? You want to say something like, pretty awesome, isn't it? What did you like best? You want to be enthusiastic. You want to be excited. You want to elicit a response that's going to access the emotional side of their brain. Now, next thing is closing really starts with the invite. And this is not a video to train you on how to do the invite. I just want to say this. If you have done a presentation over the phone, if you've explained everything and you've essentially been kind of a salesperson over the phone, they're less likely to enroll. Because the fact of the matter is, 95% of the people in the world do not like to sell. So if you've been a salesperson with them, whether it was the invite or through the process, then they're less likely to join. So closing starts with the invite. Make sure your invite is duplicatable. So next thing is you want to naturally assume that they're going to get started. Now, no one has a 100% closing ratio. I don't have a 100% closing ratio. It's pretty good, but it's not 100%. It's actually nowhere close to 100%. So But my mindset going in, when I'm showing someone my opportunity, my mind is they're crazy if they don't get started. Now, you're never going to tell anyone that. You never want to be arrogant. You're not cocky, nothing like that. You're having fun. You're a great, good person. but the attitude is just naturally they're going to get started. Why wouldn't they get started? In fact, I'd recommend have an application ready. Always have an application ready. So many people I've seen over all my years in network marketing is they do a presentation and they don't even have an application. They don't have a way to sign someone up. So obviously they didn't intend for that person to enroll. So always have the application. In fact, something that I have done over the years is I'll even fill out the application. I'll put in their name, their email address, their phone number, any of the details that I know for the person. I'll already have it filled out. And I can't tell you how many times the presentation's over and then we go right into the close and I've got the application right there. They see their info on it, and I've had people ask me a bunch of times, am I doing this? And I just smile and say, absolutely, welcome to the team. And you get them signed up. So those are a few things. Another thing that I want to cover is 3 main questions that people are thinking when they're looking at your opportunity. Question number 1 is, does it work? Question number 2, can I do it? And question number 3 is, will you help me? So, does it work? Can I do it? Will you help me? You want to keep that in your mind when you're going through the presentation. So you want to be able to show proof of success, that your opportunity does work. You want to make sure what you're doing is duplicatable. It's something that they can do. You're not having to be a professional salesperson, neither do they. And will you help me? And so that's a situation where it's kind of like at the presentation afterwards, if they're a little hesitant, I'll just tell you what I say. I say, listen, you and I lock arms together, and you put people in front of me, we're going to close them. We lock arms together, and we can get you into a financial situation where you never have to worry about money again. Not telling you it's going to be easy, but I'm telling you I can help you get there. So it's basically saying, I will help you. Now, what's some of the verbiage? What do you actually say once the presentation's over? And before I tell you what to say, I want to just talk about one of the main ways that people lose the sale. The main way they lose the sale is this. So the presentation is over, and because you're hesitant to close, because you're hesitant to ask them to join the business, you feel like you want to keep talking. Keep reselling the deal. So maybe you're showing them a video, maybe you're at a hotel presentation, whatever, the presentation's over, and instead of closing, you start telling them more benefits and more factors that you're excited about and more stories, and it actually causes them, it makes them less likely to enroll. Why would it make them less likely to enroll? Here's why. This is important. Because essentially what you're doing when the presentation is over is you're being a salesperson. So they're listening to you, and you may be making the best points in the world, but in their mind they're thinking, I have to know all that stuff. I have to sell people when the presentation is over. So if you want to improve your percentages, when it's over, you immediately get into the closing process. So you close early and you close often. And so it works like this. Presentation's over, I'll give you, this is my number 1 close. If we're in any type of a group setting, presentations is over, I just immediately go to the person, I say, you're in, right? And I do a high five. You're in, right? High five. I'm just assuming that they're in. And what happens is the presentation is over, and they're like, I don't know what to think about all this. And you come up to them and you're excited and you're saying, you're in, right? And you give them a high five. It's like a buzzkill for them not to give you a high five. So it works so well. Just immediately, you're in, right? Presentation's over. You say, are you ready? You have any questions, or are you ready to get started? Another one. This is really advanced stuff. Are you ready to get started? If you want to go even another step, a little more advanced, you nod your head when you ask. Are you ready to get started? Do you have any questions, or are you ready to get started? Okay, see how I nod my head? I'm just naturally assuming that they're getting started. Another one of the most powerful closing words in the world is the word okay. So, presentation's over. Let's get you started, okay? Let's get you started, okay? And maybe they have questions. See, I like when you say, do you have any questions, or are you ready to get started? It's an either or. Either they have questions or they're ready. So maybe they're ready and they sign up. Great. If they have questions, you answer their question. At the end of their question, you say, do you have any more questions, or are you ready to get started? If they have a question, you answer their question and you say, do you have any more questions, or are you ready to get started? Okay? Pretty simple. Very easy, something that anyone can do. I'll tell you the number 1 reason why people do not join your business. Number 1 reason why people don't join network marketing. It's not time. It's not money. It's not that they have to think about it. It's not the spouse. It's none of those objections. The number 1 reason why people do not join is they're not asked. They're not asked. So here's what I'm going to leave you with is just ask. Ask early, ask often, sort versus sell, no emotional attachment. You are going to hit the top rank in your company regardless of any one person's decision to join or not join. It's on you, it's not on them. So what we're going to do on the next episode is I'm going to go through and I'm going to kind of talk about how to handle specific objections. I'm going to give you a framework to handle almost any objection, and then I'm going to go through and we're going to answer each main objection in the future shows. So stay tuned. Anton, thanks so much for the question. I will be sending you out my Abundance for Life 4-CD set, and I definitely now want to hear from you. So if you're watching this, comment below. Let me know any comments that you have about any of the information that I shared, or if you've got anything else that you can give Anton to help him in his business, definitely comment below. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, and make sure you've hopped over to mattmorris.com, put in your name and email address there so you can get a copy of my 7 Secrets to 7 Figures course. And I look forward to seeing you on the next show. Make life an adventure.